Hello everyone, my name is Miss Bolden and I'm one of the assistant principals here at Champions. Today I'm going to read you a story entitled A Fine, Fine School. Mr. Keene was a principal who loved his school. Every morning he strolled down the hallway and saw the children in their classes. He saw them learning shapes and colors and numbers and letters. He saw them reading and writing and drawing and painting. He saw them making dinosaurs and forts and pyramids. "Oh," he would say, "aren't these fine children? Aren't these fine teachers? Isn't this a fine, fine school?" One day, Mr. Keene called all the students and teachers together and said, "This is such a fine, fine school. I love this school. Let's have more school. From now on, let's even have school on Saturdays too." The teachers and the students did not want to go to school on Saturdays, but no one knew how to tell Mr. Keene that. He was so proud of the children and the teachers for all of the learning that they were doing every day. And so that Saturday, Tilly set off for school. "But it's Saturday, what about the swings?" her brother called. And then the following month, Mr. Keene announced, "This is such a fine, fine school. I love this school. Let's have more school. From now on, let's even have school on Sundays too." The teachers and the students did not want to go to school on Sundays, but no one knew how to tell Mr. Keene that. He was so proud of the children and the teachers for all of the learning that they were doing every day. And so that day, Tilly set off for school on a Sunday. "But it's Sunday, what about the skipping?" her brother called. The following month, Mr. Keene called everyone together and said, "This is such a fine, fine school. I love this school. Let's have more school. From now on, let's even have school on holidays. Easter, Ramadan, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and even Hanukkah too. All the holidays on every calendar." The teachers and the students did not want to go to school on holidays, but no one knew how to tell Mr. Keene that. He was so proud of the children and the teachers for all the learning that they were doing every day. "How much will we learn?" he said. "We can learn everything. We will learn about the numbers and the letters and the colors and the shapes, the Romans and the Egyptians and the Greeks. We will learn about dinosaurs and castles and everything. We will learn everything." The teachers and the students did not want to go to school on Saturdays and Sundays and holidays and all summer long either. Every single day. But no one knew how to tell Mr. Keene that. He was so proud of the children and the teachers for all the learning they were doing every day. So, on the first day of summer, and the first day of spring break, and the first day of every holiday, Tilly set off for school. Her brother would call out, "But it's summer! But it's spring break!" And then, that day, Tilly went to see Mr. Keene. She stood in his office in front of his desk. "What a fine, fine school this is," Mr. Keene said. "What amazing learning everyone is doing." "Yes," Tilly said, "we certainly are learning some amazing things at this fine, fine school." And Tilly said, "But not everyone is learning." Mr. Keene looked very worried. "Who isn't learning? Tell me right now. I will see that they learn." "My dog Beans hasn't learned how to sit," Tilly said, "and he hasn't learned how to jump over the creek." "Oh," Mr. Keene said, "my little brother, he hasn't learned how to swing or skip," she said. "But you go to school," Mr. Keene said. "Surely you've been learning at our fine, fine school." "True," Tilly said, "but I haven't learned how to climb very high, not in my tree, and I haven't learned how to sit for a whole hour outside or with my friends." That day, Mr. Keene walked up and down the halls looking at the children and the teachers. Up and down he walked. He saw all the students as they were trying to brush their teeth and eat their food and talk to their friends quickly because school was learning at this fine, fine school. The learning was happening. The next morning, he called everyone together and he said he could see the worried faces on the children and teachers' face, and he said, "This is such a fine, fine school with fine children and fine teachers, but I see that not everyone is learning." The children and the teachers were very worried. He said, "There are dogs who need to learn how to sit and how to jump creeks, There are younger siblings who need to learn how to skip and to swing. There are students who need to learn how to climb very high and to even tie their shoes. The teachers and the children continued to listen. We need to show our students that from now on, we will not have school on Saturdays or Sundays, not on holidays, not on spring break, and not in the summer. A huge, enormous roar happened across the crowd. Everyone started to cheer, and they floated, and everyone in the town heard that there were fine, fine children shouting, "Fine, fine school." The fine, fine children at the fine, fine school with the fine, fine teachers carried him down the hallway and out the doors, through the town, up and down, and in and out. Everywhere they went, the people would say, "What a fine, fine school with our fine, fine principal." The end.